Jackie with Jackson Rose. This is my favorite kind of day, a morning full of sunlight, and I just want to introduce what you're about to see. Thank you for joining me today. This video is part 2 of a 2-part series I did with Mario from Monetti Tailoring. The first part, if you haven't seen it, we go through a bunch of my blazers, and then the second part, going to take you in detail about a particular blazer that he cut for me. You're going to notice that he shortened the sleeves first of all. If you haven't seen the first video, he said the sleeve length ideally should be between the thumb knuckle and the wrist, so right in there, but this is an oversized blazer, so he made the sleeves a bit longer. I'm going to back the camera up so you can see. So here it is. It is oversized. He adjusted the sleeves to make them shorter, and he created a little seams in the back to make the fit just a subtle curve to the fit, and that it still has the overall looseness everywhere of an oversized, longer blazer, but it's proportioned to fit my shape and my size. Honestly, it looks so much better. There are ones that we still have. I got this at Twigs. This is a Vince blazer, and we still have ones in my size that haven't been altered. There's this famous quote from Chanel, and it says, if you show up in an ill-fitting garment, they'll notice the garment, and if you show up in well-fitted clothes, they'll notice the woman. And that's completely how I feel in this jacket now that Mario's altered it. So I hope you enjoy, and I really want to thank Mario for letting me take you into his studio. Next one I have on is much longer. It's the only jacket that I have that's oversized like this, and you know, as far as it's meant to be oversized, yeah. But tell me about my body and this jacket.
We can change a little bit, make like this. I'm gonna put a couple pins to show the difference, okay?
Okay.
I still keep oversized, but just having just small little changes. Okay. It will look different, that jacket. Okay. Check it out. I'm gonna take in a little bit here and it start looking different. See, I work with a mirror. Check it out.
Yeah, you all are not seeing the mirror, but he's looking in the mirror at my proportions.
So now I start digging a little bit, just a little bit, not too much.
And that curve is my curve, not somebody else's.
But not taking like this. Right. But look, check it out. Now we have this.
Yeah,
see this beautiful curve?
Yeah.
We have this curve here. We have straight this line.
Yeah, it makes all the difference.
Yes, it does.
So if you buy it off the rack and you don't do that, it's fine, but it's not the same.
Yeah, so I will do that one. The sleeves I will do right here. See? If you take a look at the right hand and left hand.
Yeah.
See? So here we have a nice and beautiful curve.
Yeah.
With a little bit shorter the sleeves. This hand we have much longer than sleeve, but straightforward.
And do you think this would still feel, I mean, let's see. Oh, you took in that much. So is it still oversized?
It's still oversized, yeah, that's correct.
So Mario's here working on the alterations that we talked about. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. So what are you going to do today?
So what we're gonna do is shorten sleeves and size in of the jacket. So when we're gonna do this kind of stuff, so you remember you tried the man I measured, right? So now what I saw, this jacket has a real buttonholes.
Yeah.
Can you see this one?
Yes.
See, a real buttonhole. Those buttons you can move up, but not the hole because it's cut already.
Yeah.
So, and before I start doing the alterations, I told you to put it on the jacket one more time. It was for me to check if the sleeve here, it was a little loose, if it was a little tight.
Yes.
If it's a little too snug, I have to do from here. If it was loose, I'm gonna shorten from top.
Okay.
So this jacket, I'm gonna do shortening sleeves from top. I'm gonna make it shorter from the shoulder.
Amazing.
So you will see how I draw on the garment, okay?
Okay.
So now I'm gonna mark where those points is gonna be.
Okay.
So this sleeve, it should not be forward or back. It will be twisted.
Okay.
So we're trying to match every single one the way how it was before.
Okay.
This way, when I have to put it back, it's gonna be everything how we take it. We're gonna open.
With a razor blade.
Yeah, the other way, because alterations is time for money, right? So we charge you a certain amount of money, and now to make it worth, we better finish in the time that we're charging.
Right.
If you take the same ripper to open this one, you will never finish.
Right. Well, that's a great tip anyways. I've never thought to use. Is that what you would recommend using for opening up your pockets?
The razor blade is not for everybody.
Oh, okay. It scares people. Okay. One sleeve off. Bottom.
Now I gotta open the button. Do you remember we're gonna do the sides in?
Sure.
And shorting is this from top, so I took the whole sleeve out.
Yep.
Now I'm gonna open here the bottom, and just like this with a razor blade. And like I was telling you, Rose, the razor blade is not for everybody.
Right. Right.
You have to know how to use it.
Now, may I ask something about your work ethic?
Sure, please do.
Okay, because you're not open for business today, yet you are all buttoned up and you have a tie on and you look amazing.
Thank you.
I'm just curious because I feel like getting dressed for our making does make a difference. Like, how do you feel about it?
So I do not wanna lose who I am as a person. I just wake up, take a shower, I clean myself, and I wear a nice shirt and nice pants and come to work.
Yeah.
I feel great.
Yes.
If I'm sewing without this clothing, I feel different.
Yeah.
I just do.
Yeah.
And that's what I like to promote.
Exactly.
Dress to impress.
Yeah.
And doesn't matter where you go, how you do it. They just put some pieces together. Sometimes it doesn't have to be a suit.
Yeah.
You know.
I agree. No, I appreciate that. So what are you doing now?
Okay, we are gonna mark to do the shortening sleeves from top. So I measure this amount, and now I have to move over here. Okay. I measure like this. The same amount is marked on the bottom, I'm gonna mark on top. Now I need to draw, okay? I mark like this. Now here the other side is marked like this, coming even, it's coming lower, and it's coming curved. See?
Yes. So you just traced it, the edge.
I'm gonna come with that round. There you go, like this. Curve. Coming high. Curve. Okay?
Gorgeous. Yes.
Together, perfect. And this one is coming like this. See, make sure the lining and this fabric goes even. So the lining is a little bigger than the outside layer, but I like to keep it together because you need a little of giving when you move your arm.
Sure.
You don't want it to be stuck.
Sure.
So, and any tailor, well, I will say any tailor, the tailor must know that you don't put pins like this. That's not good. It has to be very close to the seam, like this. Because if you give like this, you're giving room for the fabric to move. If you put the pin here, you're not allowing the fabric to move.
Yeah.
See? Small details make a big difference.
I always thought you had to put the pin in perpendicular to the seam.
No, because if you put like that, that means you will not be able to cut it. It's only because it's this sleeve and plus it's coming on top of the shoulder.
Yeah.
It has to be perfect. There's no room for mistake there. Sounds a little dramatic, but that's the truth. As you see, it takes some time to do this kind of stuff. Second, I'm gonna start cutting, And now with these shortening sleeves already, we just need to put together.
Okay.
Now, and whoever wanna do this one need to be patient. So I can cut fast, just cutting the outside layer and later the lining. But if I wanna make it perfect, I better put pins and cut together. This one is gonna be exactly how I want it. So here's the trick. The trick that I'm doing here, I'm not gonna cut where it's marked. I would say here it's called knowledge.
Okay.
See, it's coming to square those marks.
Yeah.
And I'm cutting round. So here, because I'm cutting, I know that's a mistake. Whoever mark, if I mark myself or somebody else mark, if I'm the one who's cutting, I know that's a mistake. I would say a similar situation like with a writer and editor, you know, the editor make them take a look at it whether there's any error somewhere. So that's the person who's cutting who's gonna make sure to do very careful that. Perfect, we finished cutting. Mark the sides in of the jacket. Normally, I don't mark what I'm marking here, just to give an idea.
Okay.
What I do this one is this. About 12 inches, probably 3/4 of inch, yeah, 3/4 of inch. 12 inches, 3/4 of inch. That's I concentrate the most.
So you're making like a dart.
Practically. Okay, now I'm gonna iron. So I'm gonna iron so I can mark right, make a perfect marks, okay? I'm gonna make a flat. Hem is here. And here is about 3/4 of inch, okay? 3/4 of inch is this amount. Almost nothing here. From here, make this beautiful curve here. And from here, start getting for your hip. There it goes, almost nothing here. Now check it out. Here's a little too much, so I'm gonna minimize. Here is good. See, I minimize here. Where the mark is here, so I make a less dramatic.
Normally in a sewing store, we'll sell these rulers that have curves in it, but you just know this curve.
Oh, this good.
Yeah.
My colleagues told me the same. So they use a ruler.
Yeah.
This is not fair because I can mark.
Yeah, exactly. You've done the measuring of me, you've opened it, you've marked it, and you've ironed it, and now you're sewing. Yes?
Okay. So now we're gonna start sewing. See? Before do anything, make sure the needle is in. Now you move.
Exactly.
Okay? Secure here. Always before you sew, I have to see what type of fabric I'm sewing. Okay?
You were saying earlier that you have a different technique here with the seam at this point?
Yes. See, we sew here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And here's the old one.
Yeah.
So I know that for sure most shops they cut here.
Sure.
Cut here to prevent to pull the fabric, and they do not open this and they iron to one side like this or together.
Okay.
It feels so bulky, that one.
Yeah.
Doesn't look good.
Yes.
But that way they can charge you less money.
Sure.
And I understand that my store charge a little more money, but my work is different, and I'd rather have only certain amount of customers who appreciate my work more than
Yeah,
just to do cheap and not good.
to know what's inside.
Yes.
It's an act of faith, but what you're saying is inside those seams, they're pressed, they're open, they're checked, all of those.
Yes, you got the extra fabric, you iron nice, and if you think about it, you buy a beautiful suit.
Yeah,
Now you take to alter a place, they did not appreciate what they're working
Right.
with, and that work is not good anymore, and your jacket is not good anymore.
right.
And that's not good. So check it out. We're gonna open the seam now. See? Before we did together, and now we're gonna open. I do just about here. Now I put away how it should go the hem. You flip this one like this.
You just had me try it on to look at the bags.
And now I did some marks here before I cut it.
Yes.
And now I have to match those marks. Here is a mark. Here is the seam.
Ah,
This goes together here. Now I need in the back. Now the sleeve is gonna be bigger than the
Opening.
body.
yeah. So you have to ease it in.
Yeah. When a machine, when I'm sewing. I'll show you. I wanna see how much is it.
Wow.
Perfect. So now we have a 50-50. 50-50. I pull and I push. One more time. I pull this one underneath and up top I push. Why? Because the top is bigger than the bottom. Now I have to make sure I play with the fabric. You see how much extra we have here?
Sure.
Okay, so now we have to play with that fabric there. Nice and easy. Perfect. Now here we have a little bit of the canvas, so we have to be very careful when we sew the canvas there. The canvas, you cannot play with the fabric. It's zero. Has to be perfect with the canvas. There you go. Just a little bit perfect. See this?
Yes.
This little piece is to make the sleeve, the top of the sleeve, a little more what is with the
Padded?
Padded, little padded, but a little more stiff.
Oh,
you know,
sure.
little shape,
Sure.
not like a sweater. You know, the sweater has
Yes.
nothing.
Some definition to the shoulder.
That is the right word.
Okay, so you're sewing the sleeves
The lining,
lining.
now. It has to be attached, but never so strong without pulling.
So you just attach it by
Just
hand.
attach by hand, but see, I leave like a space, a little space.
Like when you sew buttons on, a little
Yeah.
shankish sort of.
Yeah. I don't know the right word, but I said just leave a space.
Yeah,
So make sure it's not pulling, see?
sure. Yeah. You sewed that kind of loosely, the pad on.
Yeah. So I saw the shoulder pad on top of the shoulder. And now I'm gonna sew the lining. What I was saying before, as when you sew this one, make sure when you go through the needle here, don't go strong. Like I get until there, but don't pull.
Sure.
Leave a space here. When you leave a space, you are allowing, when I iron, you're gonna allow to become nice and round instead to stiff.
Sure.
You don't want that.
Right. So that you can have movement in the shoulder.
That is correct.
Excellent.
I'm absolutely struck by what takes you, all the arranging of the fabric, and I'd say the landscape of a jacket. You can move around in that terrain. You know all the landmarks. It all looks like navy blue mush to me. You have it inside out and upside down, but yet you know exactly what you're doing.
So that is art of alterations. I'm gonna iron here nicely. Yeah. One side. The other side. The hem, you say, right?
Yes.
Round.
Yes.
Not boom, put in
Sure.
that. Not like that.
Sure, not
Round.
Yeah,
Okay?
just steaming around.
Gentle.
Yeah.
Always gentle. Perfect. See? Nice and gentle.
And how long have you been doing this?
I started this one early 2000.
Yeah.
Um,
So over 2 decades.
yeah, but I was lucky, to be honest with you. I know people who were my co-workers at the time. They were working 30 years in sewing, and they only did those waist and hem and pants. I refuse to be that person.
Yeah.
I refuse. I say I'm gonna be a tailor, a real tailor,
I love
and I just
that.
keep learning.
Yes, absolutely.
Something coming difficult, you will figure out.
I love that. I love that so much. Thank you.
It was just absolutely delightful to see him work and to see the work confined in a small amount of time, to see how effective he was, yet attentive to all the details, and how that comes with experience. There's just no getting around the experience making that we all need in our craft, and to accept where we're at. But also his mindset is so powerful, which is I'm going to learn, I'm going to continue to prove throughout the time of my making. So I hope you enjoyed visiting with Mr. Monetti. I hope we can do it again. All right, thank you.